No, this is me in a nutshell. Help! I'm in a nutshell! How did I get into this nutshell? Look at the size of this bloody great big nutshell. What sort of shell has a nut like this? I mean, it's just crazy.
Good day, and how in the heck are you? This is Al Weissman, welcoming you to the latest installment of In a Nutshell. We have a great show lined up for you today. I hope you find it fun, entertaining, and informative. Today we have an interview with a gentleman by the name of Kay Kublenz from Germany, who's in the United States for 90 days, staying with a friend of ours in McHenry, and who has some interesting experiences and some interesting perspectives on things. In addition, we will hear an advanced sampling from next week's guest, who will bring her own brand of country to In a Nutshell, Mandy Zahn of Mandy Z and Rural Route 1. Mandy is from Round Lake Beach and plays with Rural Route 1 all over Illinois and the Midwest. I saw them last weekend at Copa's in Round Lake, and they were very good. So next week, it's Mandy Zahn on our show. Now, each week I solicit from you, the listeners, that you please send music, requests for shout-outs, etc. Now, the last couple weeks I took some time off from the show, and when I returned today, I found CDs from Greg Garamoni of Mundelein, I hope I pronounced your name correctly, and Peter Groch of Haverton, Pennsylvania. So please give me a little time to adjust and let me listen to them, and I'll play your stuff starting next week. I also have a request from Andy, and I don't think I'm going to be able to get to the request today because we got a pretty well planned out show. But next week we'll do Andy's request, and we'll do these some cuts off of these new CDs that I received. I have to be careful because recently somebody made a request that had I played it would have knocked me out of the radio business. So I have to censor what I play a little bit, not to protect you necessarily, because I think that my listening audience is sufficiently mature that they could handle anything. It's to protect me so I can continue broadcasting here, and that's an important thing for me. So now here's a taste of Randy Z and Rural Route 1 from their appearance at the Lake County Fair, Redneck Woman.
Just try to tell my reason.
Weissman in a nutshell. Okay, now we're going to start our interview. And the way we're going to work the show today, we're going to intersperse segments of the interview with Kay Kublenz of Germany, who's in the United States for 90 days as a visitor. Kai is his actual pronunciation of his name. We're going to intersperse segments of the interview with a little bit of music, and we're going to kind of mix it up a little bit. So here we go. I think that if I lived in Germany, I think I'd really want to see, because, you know, my wife and I, we have a traveling Jones. We travel. We used to travel a lot. And I think if I lived in Germany, I'd have to go everywhere. In Europe, I mean, you can get everywhere on trains, you know, by ground transportation if you wanted to, by driving. I mean, like in the United States, it's a little more homogenous because it's all one country, it's all one language. It's basically pretty much one culture with a lot of, you know, little idiosyncratic exceptions. And so when you travel around, you know, you see the, like, if you go to, you can see battlefields like in Gettysburg. You can see remnants of antebellum South, you know, and slavery, old plantations and things like that. But modernly, you know, it's McDonald's. I mean, you know, it's kind of homogenized. Although obviously, if you go to the ocean, it's the ocean, and if you go to the lakes, you know, it's different than if you go to the mountains. But in Europe, it's different languages, it's different cultures, it's different architecture, it's different ways of looking at things. Even though they share a currency now, and even though, you know, they share a lot more in common than they once did, it's still a patchwork, you know, a patch quilt of different cultures. No?
Yes. When I came back from America in 1984, I was stationed as a soldier of the German Air Force. I was stationed in Washington, D.C., close to the NATO headquarters. It was not directly the NATO headquarters. I was at the German military representative at Dulles Airport in a warehouse, security guard. And it was an interesting time. I could go with my bicycle. One day I would go to the Atlantic Ocean. Now it took me 3 days to go there with a bicycle, and it was very nice. And when I came back, I experienced the same thing. When I went back to Germany, I thought, oh, the distance I just did, if I do this in Germany, a 3-day bicycle tour, I'm in another country. In another language, like Dutch or English or French. It's all in that range. Mm-hmm. And I thought, this is nice. I must do some touring in Europe, because everything is close together and you get so many different cultures and languages. And also when you go to the north, to Scandinavia, they if you bring a little alcohol, you make the people really happy. They
you mean as a gift or something?
As a gift, yeah. They don't get alcohol in a normal shop. Here it's also a little bit like that. You have to have a bag around and be careful with it. In the southern countries, everybody drinks wine for every meal in France, for example, and you can carry the bottle openly. Nobody will don't like it, but so many differences in many countries. In the northern parts, people are not afraid to be naked. If you go swimming and you don't have a swimsuit, you just go swimming like you are, with nothing. And if someone else wants to go swimming and he sees somebody is already being there with no swimsuit, so he takes his swimsuit off and joins him. And this is different if you come to other countries.
Where is this? In Germany where they swim in the nude?
A little bit in the north, yes, on the beaches, and even more in Scandinavia. They are restricted with alcohol, but with the clothing they are much freer than even the Germans, and they are freer than the Americans. And something
do
like
they
that.
Sell alcohol? They must sell alcohol.
They do sell alcohol in Scandinavia, but the beer, for example, has only half the percentage of alcohol, and the normal beer they call it Starköl. This is strong beer.
Really?
And then you have only special shops with they may not be close to the other shops. And very restricted, yes.
I remember when I was in college in the 60s, I went to Mardi Gras down in New Orleans. And in those days, I don't know how it is now because I haven't been back to Mardi Gras. I've been back to New Orleans, but not to Mardi Gras. But in those days, people would walk around the streets with open bottles of alcohol, and it was okay. Nobody bothered you, you know.
Yeah.
But of course, that's illegal in most places in the United States to walk around with open liquor. You're going to have a problem with the police. But that's what happens in the United States. You know, something that's illegal in one state, pretty soon it catches on with the other states, and they all homogenize their laws so that they're pretty similar to each other. You know, the right turn on red. Do you have a right turn on red in Germany?
Not really. But I think it's they have a special sign also. What is coming now, that you have a little arrow, a green arrow going to the right, and if you see this one, you may look. If everything is free, then you can...
Oh, that's electric arrow.
Go.
An electric arrow?
No. The electric, they have the electric one long time. But it's a little metal plate looking like the electric one. And this is only showing that you may right turn even if the stoplight is on red.
Oh, I see.
So this starts now, I think. And
it's been in this country for like maybe 25 years or so. That's an example of giving a right. You don't see too many laws that give rights to people. Usually the laws restrict you in what you can do. But the right turn on red law actually gives you the right to do something that you didn't have the right to do before. So it was kind of an innovative kind of a law from California. I'm sure that's where most of the innovative laws come from. But now you're saying that they're starting it in Germany.
Yeah. So we say many good things come over from California, from America, come over to our place. But I thought the world goes the other way around. The sun is first in Japan, and then in China, and so this is the way it should go. And sometimes it does.
Sometimes it does.
For example, many people still think, and especially in America, you should kill all the germs, all the bacteria you can kill. Mm-hmm. And in our place, more and more people find out they are part of life, and if you don't have them, you will kill the good germs too, and then you have a big problem.
That's right.
So I see that in China and the people are much more trying to live in a good connection with nature and not to kill everything possible. And here they still try it kind of the old way when the how is the medicine called? That
antibiotics.
Yeah, when the antibiotics were invented, some people thought this is the big invention. Now we kill all the diseases, but nobody knew that there are so many good germs you have to have in your body. And
sure,
so
you need the friendly fauna and flora to help you digest and to do all the things your body needs to do.
Yeah, protect your skin and everything. So it's many things that come over from the west, but some good things coming from the east, where the sun comes from.
That was Kay Kublenz, the first segment of today's interview, and he's saying some pretty interesting things. How you doing, Marge? We have Marge.
I'm very good.
Simpson.
Homie just said he wants to go to Germany so he can swim naked.
Tell him to keep his underwear on, and maybe that yellow will get washed out.
Oh, he was thinking about wearing them, but that's a good idea.
All right, now we're going to hear You're on My Mind by Passenger and The Pretender by Foo Fighters.
Bottomless loves and phony highs. There's a hole in my story, there's a hole in my heart, and this storyteller is falling apart. Feeling neglected, I let go of unexpected, but I'm going home by myself. Tears are welling in the pits of my eyes. You're on my mind. You're on my mind. You're on my mind. Hours and lonely nights. Open side has taken flight. There's a hole in my story, there's a hole in my shoe. Oh, and this storyteller is coming unglued. Yeah, feeling neglected, I let go of myself. It's unexpected, but I'm going home by myself. Tears are welling in the pits of my eyes. You're on my mind. You're on my mind. You're on my mind. You're on my mind.
think you better warn Kay to check his luggage before he leaves for Germany. Homie said he's going to try to sneak a ride. And all I know is he's already naked.
The other day, you and I were talking about the medical system in Germany, the system of medical care.
Yes.
And you said, like, for the last 50 years, it's been everybody's required to buy medical insurance if they can afford it, and if they can't, the government provides it.
That's right. Yes, that's right. So everybody knows that for everybody care is taken. So now I have a language problem. I'm sorry.
That's okay.
But what happens is if somebody gets sick, normally the doctor never asks what is your insurance. They treat him, and then they ask for the insurance card, and they know it will be paid for.
Uh-huh.
So, and I heard this is different here.
Yes, and it's very different because there's so many people that don't have any insurance in this country.
And if they don't give money, then nobody will treat them.
Right. Well, what they wind up doing is they go to the emergency room, and they get treated in the emergency room because the emergency room can't turn you away.
Okay.
And it winds up costing many, many more times for the health care than it would otherwise cost if you had insurance, so that you could either go to your doctor or whatever the case might be, so that $100 visit now becomes a $3,000 visit to get taken care of at the emergency room instead of being taken care of in the doctor's office.
Oh yes.
So that's a problem because there's so many people that use the emergency room for regular medical care. It's a prohibitively expensive thing.
So this could be when the new system will start, or it started already, like Obamacare.
Yes.
This could be an advantage then.
Right. It would be an advantage, but I don't know. There's so much fighting about Obamacare. Like there's a lot of people that just don't want Obamacare, and it just they think that it's more than the government can afford.
Yeah.
I guess that remains to be seen, but so far there's a lot of people that are signing up for it. It's open now, you know.
Yes.
The exchanges are open. But it's interesting that Germany's been able to do it for 50 years, and it's worked.
Yes. Things are changing now because it's getting all the modern medicine, like MRI imaging, is very expensive but very, very useful.
Sure.
So this is one of the reasons, and many others, that things are getting much more expensive. So we have problems with the financing of the health system, also in Germany, and now things are changing. But I don't think that they will take care, that they will will take away the system that everybody has to have the insurance.
I see. Al Weissman, in a nutshell, we're going to take a break for a few minutes to allow the supporters of this station and this show a moment to exercise their rights of commercial speech. So grab a snack, visit the powder room, make that quick phone call, but whatever you do, remember that we'll be right back. So don't touch that dial.